Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to create a root cause analysis chart, except we're doing it with cells so that we can count up all of those root causes of the problems that we're having, and then we can find the real cause or the root cause of the problem or the opportunity that we want to solve. This is such a wonderful way to do it because every time we add a new cause and we've got them in brainstormed buckets under our people, information causes, process causes or system causes, and you can change these buckets to anything that you like to help your team brainstorm the right causes, or you can use these as standard, which is how it comes from Lean or the Toyota production system in root cause analysis. It's also known as an Ishikawa diagram after the person who created it, Mr. Ishikawa. But if we're adding new root causes, then as you can see, it automatically numbers them down the left and it automatically counts them down the bottom. And that way we can truly see where most of our problems are coming from. Let's get into this beautiful fishbone diagram or root cause analysis. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. Now the first thing we're going to do is just create a nice heading area. If we select from A to around L, and we can give that just a nice deep blue to start with. Our first row can be our root cause analysis. If we turn that white, put that in the middle, and if we select this entire row here and click on merge and center, now we've got a nice heading. We can increase the size of that, and that's a wonderful way to get started. We can also do things like our project name or our product, and if we put that in the middle, turn that white, then if we select these two cells, we can merge these together, give ourselves a white background, and that's going to give us a nice little field that we can fill in. Let's put a border all the way around this, outside borders. Now we can do the same thing if we copy this across over here. We can say maybe we want this to be authored by. And we can copy our field and put this over here as well. And that's a nice, easy way to do it. Now we're going to give ourselves a little bit of space, and we've got our headings over here 1, 2, 3, and 4. And can you remember how we do them? It's PIPs or PIPS, people, information, process, and systems. And these are the buckets that we're going to use. If we click on this particular cell, hold Control, and then the remaining cells, we can look at them all at the same time. So we're going to put them in the middle and in the center there. Maybe we'll increase the size a little bit. We could turn them into Arial instead of Calibri text. And we can also give these a nice thick outside border, just so that we know exactly where we're heading. Let's color these different colors so that they really stand out. Now we can start creating the rest of our fishbone or the fish in our particular diagram. What we're going to do is select under our people all of these particular cells, as many as you like, not too many but not too few, just enough for us to brainstorm enough ideas. If we select this, let's go to our more borders area, and we're going to select a nice thick border over here, and we're going to put that on the right. We're going to click OK. And there it is. We can now copy that with Control-C and Control-V to paste that for our remaining items. Now this is a little bit different to your traditional fishbone diagram. They're all going to be up the top, just so it's easier for us to count them, but it still does look like a fish. It might just be a little bit of a lopsided fish. Now we want the body of the fish down the bottom here. Let's select all of these cells and do the same thing again. We can just select a thick bottom border for this one. Nice and simple. Maybe we're going to insert a tail here. If we go to Insert, Shapes, let's give ourselves a nice triangle. If we select this triangle, we might make this a little bit of a grey. And the outline can be a little bit of a darker grey. But this yellow item here, let's put our fishtail over to the left, and then we can put this on the end. If we Control-C and Control-V again, and then change the size of this all the way down to the other side, now we have a nice looking fishtail on the end of our fish. But what about our problem or our opportunity? Let's add that in here. And we can also add the root cause once we've brainstormed this. we can come to a conclusion here. These two items, we can increase the size, put them in the middle, make that really nice, and we can give these borders all the way around. Now with our problem or opportunity, let's give ourselves a few cells here. We're going to merge these together with merge and center, and let's put a nice thick border all the way around. In fact, let's put a thick border around all of these particular items. We can do the same for root causes down the bottom, or we can just increase the cell size. That is completely up to you. I'm going to merge and center these for now and put a thick border around this. Now we do want this to look a little bit like a fish, so we're going to insert our shapes, another triangle. Let's put our triangle over here. We're going to turn this to the side and hold shift so that it locks into place when it gets to the right angle. And if we put this right on the end, and again, change this maybe a little bit grey. And can be a little bit grey also. Now we've got the head of our fish. We'll put these in the middle, and this can be our problem goes here, or it could also be an opportunity that we're working on. Let's make that italic just so that that stands out a little bit. And with our root causes, perhaps we want those in the middle and over to the left just a little bit. Now we want to work on a few things. We first of all want the number of causes. And with the number of causes down the left here, let's select wrap text so that this just stays in the same cell. We'll put that over to the right, and we might have a few different causes. Cause 1, cause 2, for example. We want to be able to count these up, so we're going to select the cell underneath these. We'll say in our formula bar equals just count A, and that counts the number of cells that are not empty. And if we open up our bracket and then select all of these areas in our fish and close up the bracket, now you can see that that gives us 2 causes that we have under people. If we make that a little bit larger and put that in the middle, maybe we can put that in the center also, and we can copy that, Control C and Control V, and that will give us the remaining formulas for the rest of our fish bones. With our causes, maybe we want these to be over on the right hand side, but we want to indent them just a little bit so they're not right on the edge, and now that looks quite nice. Let's put that in the middle so that that also looks a little bit nicer, and we could make the size a bit bigger too. Let's give these just a light grey look, and now we've got a nice look here. If we Control C and Control V again, that's going to copy across all of that formatting for us so that we can use that in the future. Now one last thing for our fishbone, I'm going to go to View and just remove the grid lines so we can see what we're working with. But we just want a few of our fishbones to stand out here. So we're going to select our fishbone area, go to our borders again, more borders, and we want just a dotted line in the middle and on the bottom for our particular fishbones. We could make them a dark grey if that would be a little bit nicer, but you can choose any color that you like. And now that we've got that, we can see exactly what we're working with. Let's copy these across again. That way they all are starting to look like fishbones. And one last thing, what we're going to do is put a numbering system in place. So what we want to do is click next to our fishbone, and we're going to go to our formula bar. We'll say equals if, and we'll open up our bracket, if this cell, this cause cell, equals blank, and that's just blank with 2 quotes, empty quotes, we'll do a comma. Then we want to, if it's blank, then we don't want a number here, so we want to return blank with empty quotes as well. But if there is a number, we'll put a comma. So if there is a number, what we want is the number 1, because that's our very first one. Then we're going to close our bracket, and that's going to give us a nice number 1. Let's format that ever so slightly, maybe indent it, maybe make it a little bit larger. Now for the second one, we're going to use something just a little bit different really quickly. What we want is if this particular cell is blank, then we want to return blank. But if it's not, we want the maximum, and if we open up our bracket, and we want the maximum of this particular cell, the cell above us, and also that cell again. And there's a reason for this. I'm going to close the bracket off, but the first letter here, we're just going to put a $sign so that particular cell doesn't move. But as we drag it down, the second cell does move, so it goes from between the top all the way to the bottom. Now let's see if this works. If we click enter, oh, and I forgot to put +1, so put +1 at the end, obviously. Now it goes to number 2. So if we drag this all the way down, and if we add another cause, now it's going to give us all of those causes in order, and it's going to count them only if we add a cause to this particular area, and it's going to count them up. And as you can see, we might need a little bit more information. So our root cause is in the information area. We can really focus all of our efforts on that. And that's a beautiful fishbone diagram or root cause analysis with cell-based, so that we can count all of these things and do a few things automatically. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have spending this time with you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye for now.